Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today in this video we are going over the footage from my third race of the second round at Snetterton 300 in the Airtech ST240 Championship. As you can see here, this is the end of the green flag lap where we go from side to side, getting heated to the tyres, getting ready for the race start, which is a standing start. And not staggered grid, so we're all very close together on the starts. But here we go, as you can see, really aggressively turning the wheel, just trying to build as much temperature as I can in the tyres. In this race I started 18th on the grid due to a mechanical failure in the second race, meaning I started at the back of the grid. In fact, actually not for this one though, because one car DNF'd earlier in the race, the second race when I did, meaning they started just behind me. But as you can see here, just approaching the grid spot here, trying to judge it correctly, and here we are, parked up on the grid, waiting for everybody to get into position. And at the front, the 5-second board is put out. We bring the revs up and look for the lights, which are now on. There they are, and they go out and get a good start. Unfortunately though, that happens. Basically what happened there was the car ahead of us went and broke down on the race start, and I was sandwiched in, had nowhere to go, leaving me with damage, and losing all the momentum I got from the start, dropping back to last. As you can see, picking off one car there, going down into the braking zone, back into second gear, and off we go out of a hairpin right behind another person in our class. So essentially in these races there are two classes, which are pros, which are usually drivers who have been on the podium many times and have been racing the series for a while, and then there are AM drivers who are new drivers or drivers who have yet to get onto the main podium. So as you can see, we've picked off two cars, one being Matt Chambers and the other being Daniel Lewis, and now we hunt down the shiny pink car ahead, which is Morgan Kidd. And as you can see here, trying to be late on the brakes, just had a little look, showing that I'm still there. Get a good run through that turn there, and now on to the Bentley straight. As you can see, I get slightly better run, and I'm closer to the car in front, meaning that I'll have a stronger toe down Bentley straight. As you can see, gaining, I pull out from the slipstream, but again, just not quite enough to pull alongside. I still stay there, and I'm late on the brakes, and that's another position gained. And through here, really good on the brakes, bunching up the pack ahead of me. And here we are going through the bomb hole into Coram. Car running wide there, going past that car there, and just looking for a position here, as I know I'm faster than the cars in front. Is just trying to fight my way through the pack, going round the outside but having the inside for the left, and that's another position gained. However, at this point the safety car has been scrambled due to that car breaking down on the pit straight. So here, just settle back in position, low RPM, and trying to cool the temperature down. As you can see there, I'm just trying to signal to my engineers on the pit wall to check the damage at the front of the car after that hit at the start of the race, just to make sure that I can still continue the race and I don't have to worry about anything. As you can see now, there's the car parked up on the side there. Fortunately, it was able to be recovered quite quickly by a recovery vehicle, so we only had one lap under the safety car, fortunately. But as you can see, we're back to going in side to side, getting heat with temperature in the tyres, just making sure we don't lose that so we don't have cold tyres. As you can see there, I switched the ECU master, which is in the centre there, that little centre console. Just switched it to the engine map just to make sure that the temperatures of the engine weren't going up, just to see if the radiator had been damaged, which is one thing I didn't know at the time. So just settling in here now and waiting for the safety car to come in. So here we are coming through the bomb hole again for the second lap under safety car. Safety car lights have gone out now, so as you can see that's going ahead back to the pit lane, and the race leader at the time, John Cooper, obviously backing the pack up, ready for the race start. He is now controlling the speed, and when we get going again, I'm now just hesitantly waiting behind Luke Waugh, who's the car ahead, to get going again, and off we go again, getting back up to speed now, and back onto the pit straight we go. Everybody's in the tow, so not as good, and you don't get the benefits quite as much when everybody's close together, but as you can see, I'm just slightly closer, so keeping the tow down to turn 1, last possible second, out I go, and later on the brakes and up the inside at turn 1 on Luke Waugh to gain another position. As you can see, the car front, which is James Pope, going slightly wide for turn 1 on the restart. So yeah, heading down into the braking zone for the hairpin. As you see, we head out, we gain quite a lot of time under braking, which shows to me that I'm quite confident on the brakes in comparison, particularly to James Pope from what I can tell. As you can see, missing the apex there for James Pope, going slightly wide. Just tucking into the toe, biding my time for when I can make a move. And again, you can see really closing in under the braking. You see he runs quite wide there though, but I get a little bit of wheel spin there, goes slightly wide. Don't quite get run I'd hoped, but still a lot closer than I was at the beginning of the lap. Again, going quite wide for James Pope there, probably over the track limit sensor there, which won't be good for him. Again, going quite wide, which probably shows that he hasn't quite heated his tyres up to where they should be. As you can see, he's slightly struggling there onto the Bentley straight. He's not quite as close to the car in the front, so I've got a slightly better toe. So just stick him toe, he goes defensive. I know he's not going to give this position up for a fight, so I go all the way to the outside, late on the brakes, looking to go around the outside. Get really close there, just give him enough space and tape the inside there, which is another pace gained. But due to that fight, you can see I've lost some time to the pack ahead, so I've got some catching up to do. And again, through Coram, just finding the edge and just slightly going over there, so you can see the rig of the car going out a little bit. But again, onto the pit straight for third time now, I believe. Just trying to catch up to the cars in front, so I can have a battle with them. But they're all really close, so I'm expecting them to be fighting, so I hopefully should be able to gain some time there. Try to be nice and late on the brakes there. Carry a lot of speed from there, about 85 to 90 miles an hour through that corner there. You see all of them have gone really defensive through there, which has allowed me to be later on the brakes, and also you can see I've gained probably about half a second on the cars in front just from them going to that inside line. So now I'm well within the toe of the cars in front. The car in front is Archie Johnson, my teammate. Then you've got Kellis, I believe. Oh no, Zach Lucas, I think it was. And then Caitlin May. Only Archie Johnson and Caitlin May are my own class. And as you can see, really late move up the inside there of Archie Johnson, who does actually hanging around the outside of the corner. We're now side by side heading down to Hamilton's. I believe at the time I had the move done, but he just held it around the outside and kept the inside from the next corner, as you can see there. I looked to go up the inside again from Bentley Straight, but he covers it off. At this point, we both knew that we were losing time, so we decided to work together and try to get the places and get closer and get more places. And as you can see there, Caitlin May running very wide there. Me and Archie both getting a much better run down the Bentley Straight. He goes to the outside and he gets that place even before we get to the bridge. I look to go around the outside, but Caitlin May just goes a little wide, blocks that off, and that's that position done. I tried not to do anything stupid. I just held back, waited for my time, being nice and patient, as I knew I was the faster driver between me and her. See here through Coram, just tucking right behind. As you can see, my teammate Archie in front has gained an advantage. He's pulled away a bit, which is again, this fighting is not going to help me as he's in my class as well. So, but as you can see, he's fighting with Connor Blackburn, which is that light blue and orange car in front. He gets that position there with a better run there. As you can see, Caitlin May's gone really defensive here, so I go to the outside, and I know it's going to be risky around the outside, but I'm nice and late on the brakes, and just managed to keep it round the outside of Caitlin May, gaining another position. So at this point, I believe I'm in 11th or 10th place. No, I believe it's 10th place here, and Connor Blackburn in 9th, and then my teammate Archie in 8th overall. Currently though, I was in 2nd in class, with my teammate Archie being 1st in class, as we're both AM drivers. You can see there Connor Blackburn running really wide there. Still gets pretty decent exit though, but as you can see, gaining. I look to the inside, he sees me coming. Not quite there, but he slightly misjudged his braking point, goes slightly deep, and then I get the overlap in a slightly better exit down to Hamilton. And this time he tries to go around the outside, but it doesn't quite work. He runs quite wide and has to back out. So that's another position for me, unfortunately. A little bit of oversteer there, possibly as a result from the damage from the car. Quick shift into 4th gear onto Bentley Straight, but as you can see, I've lost quite a bit of time to my teammate Archie Johnson because of his fighting. So now I've got some time to make up. Fortunately though, this gap has allowed me to start putting in some fast lap times, and resulted in me at one point holding the fastest lap of the race, which was eventually taken by Zachary Lucas, I believe, by only about 0.05 of a second, which would have been nice, but I still held the fastest lap time in the AM class. As you can see, just trying to hunt down my teammate Archie Johnson, see if I can have another go. But now finding myself in 9th place and 2nd in class, I'm at this point in the weekend, after 2 DNFs in race 1 and race 2, I'm just looking to come home with a good result. So now I'll leave you to it for a bit and watch me catch up to my teammate Archie Johnson. as you can see now, I've caught back up to my teammate, pretty much Archie Johnson, who's been battling with the car ahead quite a lot over the past lap or so. And as you can see, battling with other cars will make you lose a lot of time compared to cars you haven't. There you can see Simon Horobin running quite wide over the grass. Doesn't lose any places because he's built a big enough gap that little mistake hasn't cost him too much. But as you can see here now, I'm within tow of my teammate Archie Johnson, just looking to see if I can challenge for first place in class and 8th overall. Unfortunately, I never gained the position. At the end of the day, I decided that going for a risky move on my teammate was not worth it, and I didn't want to have another DNF, so for the rest of the race I did stay behind him, just playing a bit more on the safe side, because I knew I was in a good position. The cars behind me were nowhere near, they were about 5 seconds behind me, so I knew that I didn't have any pressure from behind, so I decided the best course of action was just to stick there, hold position and bring back some good points, and get a class podium as well, which was what I was just thinking at the time. I was just thinking, don't do anything stupid, keep the car in one piece, and just follow my teammate. Let's work together for the rest of this race and see if we can gain any more positions. Unfortunately, none of us, neither me nor Archie, gained any more positions. But we had a good few moments out on the circuit there, side by side. But this is where I stayed for the rest of the race, unfortunately. Would have loved to gain a few more positions, but from going from 18th place to 9th overall is no bad thing. And I was really pleased with how this race went out. But I'll now leave you to the end of the race to enjoy this action in car. So as you can see now, we come onto the pit straight for the final time. I rolled down the window, can't quite see it here, but I put my hand out the window, celebrating with my team on the wall, and there was a checkered flag across the line, coming home in 9th place overall and 2nd in class for my first finish race of the weekend and my first podium of the weekend. Right there I was waving to my teammate, saying to him basically through a hand sign, saying really good race. As you can see, very happy to actually finish a race that weekend and to get that result from where I started. Was just an amazing weekend in the end. A really nice way to finish it. I wish I could have done that earlier in the weekend, but it was overall not a bad weekend. But here we are, just slowing down, coming into the pit lane, well not pit lane, sorry, the access road here after turn 3. We've all slowed down, and here we come, slowing down. Marshall's guiding us in, me waving over to my dad on the side there, and a little victory rev here, there it is. But in we come into Parc Fermé. As you can see there, just waving to the marshal to thank them for volunteering so that we could race. There goes my team on the side there. But here we are into Parc Fermé, where obviously people who win their cars get inspected, weighed to make sure they're all legal. But here we are, parking up, and there we are.